A lot of rappers still, it seems like, want to be Tupac. They want to have his popularity. They want people to love them like everyone loves him. But why do you think no one's succeeding?
Well, because this is what they fail to realize about Tupac. In order for them to be Tupac, they would have to die before they peaked. Right before they peaked, they would have to die. So if you don't die, you can't do it. Bottom line, if you don't go die, you're not gonna be the next Tupac, because it ain't gonna be a next Tupac. Straight up.
I got shot, this other guy came, was like he was my father, and he looks like me. He been in the jail to see me. His kids look like me.
Well, what was that like?
That was the bug out.
Say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone.
Well, tell me about not growing up with a father. Why didn't you grow up with a father?
It's not just me, it's a lot of people, but I didn't because, I mean, the times that I came up and was like the late 60s, they were still having free love. You know, they was just hitting what they was hitting. And my mother got pregnant and wasn't really getting with the guy that
She was
got her
married to
pregnant.
someone else at the time,
No, she
right?
wasn't married.
No?
My mother was out just living her life. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. And she got pregnant and had me. I didn't have a father.
Did you know who the father was, your biological father?
I still don't know who it is, for sure. I've never taken any blood tests. The guy who I knew was my father, who claimed to be my father, he passed away, he died.
And is that legs?
Yes, but then recently after I got shot, this other guy came, was like he was my father, and he looks like me. He been in the jail to see me. His kids look like me.
Well, what was that like?
That was the bug out. I just woke up and he was standing over me. So
in jail?
When I was in the hospital.
And what did he, I mean, do you believe him?
I do in a way because he looks like me, and his kids look like me.
Why don't you get a blood test to find out?
It's scary.
Is it pointless now?
In a way. I mean, I'm not gonna love him anymore or love him any less, so it's pointless.
Did he explain why he left?
Yeah.
What did he say?
It was personal. It wasn't, you know, I don't want to put his word. I'll tell everything about me, but I don't want to give out his business.
That's cool.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab. I'm in the building, and this is MAKAVELI Media. Shout outs to my brother, the Art of Dialogue, my brother Mighty, for putting up a spectacular interview with Tupac's biological father, Billy Garland. Billy Garland is speaking from the stance of pain. Billy Garland feels like he was robbed of a relationship with his son, Tupac Shakur, and ultimately, he's a father grieving his son's death. I get it, and I respect it. I sympathize for Mr. Billy Garland. Everybody knows by now this is Tupac's biological father, 100%. It was proven through DNA. You can just look at this man and see for a fact this is Pac's pops, right? But this video today is about what Tupac thought and what Tupac said up until the moment he died. See, in 25 years, Tupac was told one thing. He lived one way, and that was without a dad, in search of a father. And he was taught to believe what his mother told him, like most children are. So he gets shot at Quad Studio, and a gentleman shows up that resembles him and claiming to be his father. The whole situation blew his mind. Now, after his release from prison, he did an interview on MTV, and he talked about just that. How fucked up in the head he was. because he was told his father died years ago. Totally different person. And he was a little standoffish at Billy Garland. Why are you showing up now? Who are you? Why my mom never told me about you? All these things was going through his head. Now, during the Dear Mama interview, they touched on very briefly. After Billy Garland showed up at the hospital, Tupac was pissed at Afeni Shakur. He was pissed at his mother. She had some explaining to do. Who is this guy? Why you ain't never tell me about him? And is he my father? This just added on to the layers of hurt and confusion in Tupac's life. The interviewer, the young lady asked Tupac during the MTV interview, but did you take a blood test? And Pac said, no, it's scary. It's almost like he didn't want to know, because all this time he had associated legs with being his father. And then his stepfather, Matula Shakur. So Pac had these two male figures in his mind that was his father figures that was taken away from him. And to have the third gentleman show up and possibly being the true father in his life blew his mind. So he was very confused and upset. And, understandably so. I get it. I definitely get it. But Tupac was mad at his mother. He wanted to know why she lied all this time to him. And you hear Billy Garland say he was upset to hear Tupac said, his father died. He's sitting there alive and well. Tupac would also say in a different interview that, and Billy Garland said this as well, that Tupac told him and Tupac said that he don't need a father at this point. He had, raised his goddamn self, and maybe he wasn't buying while Billy said he wasn't in his life or what have you. He just said, I don't need a father at this point. But, we could be cool. We could be homeboys, but I'm past the father figure stage. And I know Pac was speaking from a point of hurt. And I know that had to hurt Billy Garland. Had to hurt the man. The man said he was crying in the movies watching Juice. Watching Tupac from afar. So to finally get up on him and meet him and explain who you are to him and have him tell you, yo, that's cool. I don't need a father now when I needed you. When I was homeless and, fighting the goddamn world, where were you? But it's nice to finally meet you and, we can be cool. Had to be a hurtful thing, man. But did Tupac, because keep in mind, the DNA test was taken after Tupac was gone. So other than the looks and Tupac describing, his siblings looking like him and, I know Pac had to know deep down inside his heart that Billy Garland was his father, just looking at him. But in this interview, Tupac was saying he was still a little skeptical. He was skeptical. And there's no room to debate now. Billy Garland is Tupac's father. No doubt about it. DNA proves so. But Tupac didn't live to see the DNA results. So did he go to the grave with that uneasiness or not being able to understand the truth or the realization that, yes, indeed, this was his father and, you know, the father that he'd been yearning for and looking for his whole life? It's just a sad situation, man. Sad by all accounts. And, you know, while Billy Garland is doing these interviews and, you know, some people can have an opinion one way or the other, just take it to consideration that, yeah, this is Tupac's father. And yes, this man did lose his son. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is MAKAVELI Media. Turn on them post notifications so you be the first ones to get it when I drop that shit. And oh yeah, gotta give another shout out to my homie Dave, the boxing monster. He came through again. Yes, sir. Thanks for the donation, Dave. Let's keep it going, y'all. Look down in the comment section. It's right there. It's summertime. Let's work. Anyway, it's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.